video, we'll learn how and why the government prints money to generate income and how dangerous it could be, like this Zimbabwe case. Also, at the end of this video, I'm gonna narrate the story about the 100 trillion Zimbabwe dollar. Wow, I'm gonna be a trillionaire. Printing money refers to the process of creating new physical currency or increasing the amount of currency in circulation. This is typically done by the central bank or the government in order to stimulate the economy or address inflation. However, it can lead to hyperinflation if done excessively, just like how it happened in Zimbabwe in 2008. And it's a massive hyperinflation in history, which I'm gonna explain at the end of this video. Till now, we've gone through two methods of the government to earn income. The first method is taxes, and the types of money made due to it are explained in the second video of one of my series, which is the general knowledge of money. The second method is borrowing through bonds and by countries borrowing from the IMF and the World Bank. If you are new in this channel, then I'll give the link of the playlist Government Incomes, Spendings and Analysis with examples in the description. So you can go to the description and click on the link and then you'll straight reach the playlist. Then you can watch all my videos. And my all videos are available in Hindi subtitles as well. अगर आप इस चैनल में नए हैं तो मैं वीडियो की डिस्क्रिप्शन में सरकारी आय, खर्च और उदाहरण के साथ विश्लेषण नामक प्लेलिस्ट की लिंक पोस्ट कर दूंगी। लिंक दबाते ही तुम उस प्लेलिस्ट में पहुंच जाओगे और वह सब वीडियो देख सकते हैं जो वो प्लेलिस्ट में है। मेरे सब वीडियो हिंदी सबटाइटल में भी है और हिंदी सबटाइटल देखने के लिए तुम्हें वीडियो की सेटिंग्स में जाना है और कैप्शंस का बटन दबाना है और फिर कैप्शंस के बटन दबाते ही एक नया विंडो खुल जाएगा जिसमें आपको हिंदी बटन दबाना है। फिर आपको हिंदी सबटाइटल नजर आएंगे। Now we will learn about the third method for government income, which is printing money. But before moving forward, let me welcome you to Mini Money Mastermind with Mahara, your source for all things of finance. My mission is to educate and empower individuals to take control of their finances and reach their financial goals. I believe that understanding personal finance is essential for living a joyful, successful, and fulfilling life, and I'm here for making it accessible and enjoyable for everyone. I will cover all the key topics you need to know to make smart financial decisions. Make sure to hit the subscribe button to stay updated on my latest videos. Let's start the journey to financial freedom together. This video is the third video of one of my series, which is the government money. Now, today's topic is printing money, which is the third method of the government for earning income. A government can print its own country's currency. This seemingly simple solution is very rare because of the risk it entails. Printing money refers to the process of creating new currency, typically done by the central bank or the government of any country. So this is done by the process of monetary expansion, in which the central bank increases the money supply by either issuing more and more banknotes or by increasing the amount of digital currency in circulation. One way to understand that a government is weak: if a government prints too much money, then it is surely a weak government. Now, what is the effect of a lot of money flooding into the economy, meaning the government printing a lot of money. As money floods into the economy, it becomes worth less and less until confidence in it collapses completely and hyperinflation sets in. Now, I use the term hyperinflation here. But what is hyperinflation? If the public completely loses its trust in the currency of the country, then very high rates of inflation are to follow. This is known as hyperinflation. Now, these episodes of hyperinflation can be very short, but always very serious. What a funny joke it was. But the main purpose of printing money is surely not to set in hyperinflation. I mean, which government would like its country's goods and services prices doubling day by day and population lessening day by day? I mean, that's awkward, man. Which country would like that? So, what is the main purpose of printing money? The main purpose of printing money is to stimulate the economic activity and decrease unemployment. But it can also lead to inflation if not done carefully. Now, what is inflation, man? Inflation is the phenomena when the prices of goods and services increase than their general prices. Now, this thing, inflation, can be caused due to several factors, like the increase in the money supply or the less availability of the raw materials needed for the goods and services, or maybe the increase in the production prices, in the production costs of those goods and services. When inflation occurs, the value of the currency of that country decreases, and so does the purchasing power of the consumers. Now, when an inflation happens, it can make people's lives difficult. It can become difficult for the citizens of that country to make their ends meet. Inflation is measured by the Consumer Price Index, in short CPI, or the Producer Price Index, in short PPI. Now, the central bank often tries to control the inflation using monetary policies like raising interest rates. Now, printing money increases inflation, and so if it is not managed at the right time, it can lead to hyperinflation. Then the government has to remove its currency and create another one, or use the currency of other countries. Hyperinflation is a severe and rapid increase in the prices that results in the devaluation of the country's currency. Now, this is typically defined as the inflation rate of over 50% per month. Hyperinflation can be caused due to a number of reasons, like it can be caused due to an increase in the money supply, or in the decrease of the availability of the raw materials needed for the goods and services, or the increase in the production costs. It can also be caused by war, political instability, or economic mismanagement. During hyperinflation, people's wages and salaries lose value. As a result, people spend their money as soon as it comes to their wallet. This creates a vicious cycle. How? First, there will be increasing prices. Now, there will be expectations of the people that again there will be higher prices, and they got their money, so they say, "Oh, let us spend it as quick as we can," because they have higher expectations of higher prices. So this goes on and on. Higher prices, higher expectations, and then spending money as quickly as it comes. Then again, higher prices, higher expectations, and spending money as quickly as it comes. So this vicious cycle makes hyperinflation never stop. Hyperinflation can lead into loss of confidence in the country's currency and the government. It can also make it difficult for business to make long-term plans. Hyperinflation can be controlled by reducing the money supply or raising interest rates or implementing some fiscal policy that reduces government spending. However, it can be very difficult to reverse the effects of the hyperinflation once it has begun. Now, you see, printing money also can boom the economy. Like after the COVID lockdown, if all the economies of countries had gone down, so to boost their economy, they started printing money and money and money. Now let us learn how to become a trillionaire in Zimbabwe. Well, your money is worth no value. Sorry for that. Okay, so the Zimbabwe government printed a lot of money. Okay, that's why it triggered a hyperinflation. Zimbabwe got its hyperinflation in the late 2000s and it is one of the highest in recorded history. The country's economy had been in decline since the 1990s due to a combination of several factors like land redistribution, poor economic policies, and international sanctions. Now, whatever the government did, I'm gonna salute them for their stupid actions. What else shall I say? So, what the government actually did was that they had a fiscal deficit in their budget, meaning they spent more than they earned. So, to fill up that much money, they started printing money. When they printed money, they printed them in huge quantities, leading to an increase in their money supply. Very high increase, very serious. Official inflation rate reached 231 million% in 2008. The $100 trillion Zimbabwe dollar banknote, who wants to be a trillionaire, was released in 2008 during the peak of the Zimbabwe crisis. The local currency, the Zimbabwean dollar, worthless and made poverty spread all around like wildfire. Now you must be knowing an economic collapse happened due to so much amount of money being printed. I mean, did the government even understand it yet? I hope so. Now, the government understood it finally after a long time. But let's come back to the case study. Now, the people of Zimbabwe couldn't afford basic necessities like food and water. The government implemented various measures to try to curb the inflation, such as implementing price controls and restricting access to foreign currencies, but they were largely ineffective. In 2009, the government abandoned the Zimbabwean dollar and instead adopted a multi-currency system in which they used mainly the US dollar and the South African rand. The economy has since stabilized, but there are many underlying problems that caused the hyperinflation that remained unresolved. I have a quick summary of whatever we learned. We learned that printing money is done by weak governments, and also we learned the effects like loss of trust and confidence in the country's currency and the government's hyperinflation. We learned a bit more deeper details of hyperinflation and inflation. Same with inflation too. At last, we learned about the Zimbabwe hyperinflation as case study. Thank you for tuning into my channel, Mini Money Mastermind with Mahira. I hope you found the information helpful in your journey to financial success. Don't forget to hit the like button and share my videos with your friends and your family so that they also can benefit from my content. I appreciate your support and can't wait to continue bringing you more informative and actionable finance-related content. Until next time, happy money management. And do you know what is the quote of the day today? The days that break you are the days that make you.